This is the playthrough video for the This Is Awesome dice rolling card playing wrestling game by Bear Creek Games. We're going to be playing a two-player game today, each with a single wrestler. And what you see here is everything that comes in the box, minus the life counters. In this case, they're going to be score counters. You're going to need either a D20 dice, a scorekeeping app on your phone, or a notepad to keep track of points. Each player is going to start with 5 points. Your goal is to get up to 20 points and then challenge for the World Championship. If at any time you get to 0 points, you're going to draw a new wrestler and start over with 5 points. So in this video, we're going to be using the Life Counter app instead of the D20 dice. We're also not going to need 4 of these progress tokens, since you should only need 2 per player. We've got 6 dice here, although you're going to be using 5 most of the time. There are some cards that let you use 6 dice. The first thing that we need to do is to draw a wrestler for each player. This can be done a couple different ways. You can either pick your favorite wrestler and play them. You can draw one at random. You could draw 3 and then pick your favorite of the 3. Whichever way you want to do it is perfectly acceptable as long as all the players agree. So for this video, we're going to be playing Tommy Skyrider versus Buster Gloves. There are special abilities shown for each wrestler. It may look like a lot, but it's really very simple. Each wrestler has a setup move and a finisher, each with a unique name, and then a finisher ability. The finisher ability is tied to the wrestler type. So in this case, you have a high flyer. All high flyers get 4 rolls instead of 3. Buster Gloves is a striker, and strikers roll with 6 dice instead of 5. Now, keep in mind that those abilities are only activated once your finisher has been completed. Okay, so let's not get the cart before the horse here. The first thing we need to do is decide who's going to go first. And that can be done a couple different ways. The easiest way is to just do a dice roll to see who goes first. An alternate way would be to use the Battle Royal card, in which both players plus a number of NPC players are going to roll a 3-roll chance roll, similar to what you would have in Yahtzee. And you would add up the total number of pips on your dice for all 1s, 2s, and 3s, and that'll give you your chance roll. 4s, 5s, and 6s are not counted for chance rolls. 4s are used for finishers, F for 4, F for finisher. 6s are used for shoots, S for 6, S for shoot. And then 5s are used for Ws. So if you connect the dots, that would be a W, W for work. So you've got finishers, works, shoots, and then your 1s, 2s, 3s. Okay, so let's say we roll and we decide Buster Gloves is going to go first. Okay, so who does Buster Gloves face in a match? Well, the first thing you need to check is the number of points, the number of push points each player has. So they each start with 5, and once they get up to 20, they're going to challenge for the World Championship. So there is a World Championship card. You're going to set that aside until one player has 20 push points at the beginning of their turn, and then they're going to challenge for that championship. In this case, both players have 5 push points. So instead of playing against an NPC wrestler from the deck, they're going to play against each other. If there were 3 players in the game and all 3 had 5 points, they would all face each other in the same match. Whoever rolled to take the first turn is the one that is going to roll their round first. So we're going to say, we said Buster Gloves is going to go first. So we can take this 6 dice out. we can put these progress tokens on the side, and then we're going to roll a a 3-round roll, similar to what you would have in Yahtzee. You can keep the dice that you like. You can get rid of the dice that you don't like. You draw a match type, and the match type will give you conditions that need to be met before a match is over. In this case, a 3 of a kind needs to be rolled, then a finisher needs to be rolled. The 3 of a kinds can be of any combination of numbers on the dice, so 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, doesn't matter. The finisher can only be Fs or 3s, so in this case 4s or 3s. And then once the finisher is hit, then a 1, 2, 3. So it's very easy to hit that pinfall or submission after the finisher has been met. But that can be a challenge, and we'll get into why. So during the first round for Buster Gloves, he's going to try to roll to hit his setup move. He needs 3 of a kind. So we're going to roll. But before we do, one thing we need to note is that if you at any time roll a pair of 5s, you draw a work card. If you roll a pair of 6s, you draw a shoot card. If you roll 2 pairs of 5s or 2 pairs of 6s, you would draw 2 cards. You always have to re-roll those 5s or 6s during the next round. Okay? Easy enough. So let's go ahead and roll a match. At the end of the match, there's a number of stars at the bottom of the card. The winner of the match would gain the number of stars on the left. The loser of the match would lose the number of stars on the right. And then your number will go up or go down from your push point counter. Okay, so here we go. Buster Gloves. Here we go. Already 3 of a kind. Boom. So Buster Gloves gets a progress token. That way we know he's hit his setup move. His setup move is called the Omni Punch. So he's hit that. And then he passes the dice over to player number 2, Tommy Skyrider. He's going to attempt the same thing. So he rolled a pair of 5s. So a work card is going to be drawn. Those are always your green cards. Work cards are going to have a number of beneficial effects. In this case, he wins the match. Just like that. There are only a few cards in this deck that will say you win this match. Obviously, this is an ideal situation. In the same way that these cards, the work cards, can cause you to win a match, these shoot cards can cause you to immediately lose a match. So matches are not always about a grind to hit your setup and your finisher. You know, you can steal victories. You can be cheated out of, into losses. So that's just the way pro wrestling goes. So Tommy Skyrider wins the match. He gains 3 push points. Buster Gloves loses a push point. Here we go. We retire that card. We clear off the progress tokens. And now Tommy Skyrider goes to take his turn. He is at 8 points now. Buster Gloves is not tied with him. So for his match, he's going to draw an NPC from the deck, Brandon Steele. In a standard match, most of the matches are going to be standard matches where you have a setup move, a finisher, and a pinfall. So we can take Buster Gloves out of view here. And here's our match. So Tommy Skyrider is going to roll first. 4, 4, 4. There we go. That's our 3 of a kind. Boom. Gets a progress token. Okay. So now there's nobody to pass the dice to because you're rolling against the NPC. So how does the NPC ever get to fight back? Well, if Tommy Skyrider were to do his 3 roll round and does not successfully finish, he does not successfully hit his setup move or his finisher or the next step of progression on the match type, then Brandon Steele gets to attempt a counter move. And you see at the bottom of the wrestler card there is a counter. And it says if you roll 3 of a kind on one roll, he can put any 2 cards from the work card deck into the discard pile. That may not sound like a big deal, but there are cards in the work deck that can be played from the discard pile. So that can get kind of interesting. So he can either take out all the cards that say you win this match to prevent Tommy Skyrider from winning his match, or he can put cards in there that he thinks are going to be beneficial to him later on. So who rolls the counter? The opposing player to Tommy Skyrider. So Buster Gloves is going to be rolling the counter for Brandon Steele every time Tommy Skyrider misses his move. So let's go ahead and pick up the pace a little bit. Let Tommy Skyrider roll his next round. He's going for his finisher. So remember, he needs 3 Fs or 3 3s. Here we go. There's a shoot. So 2 6s for a shoot. He's got an F and a 3. So we're going to keep the F. We're going to draw the shoot card and hope we don't lose the match. It says you lose if there is a submission condition in this match. And we know on this card, pinfall or submission. So Tommy Skyrider is going to lose this match. Bottom of the card, he would lose just a point. Okay, so he's out. The wrestler's out. Boom. Buster Gloves' turn. He draws his opponent, Everest Frost. He draws his match type. It is a standard match. And we can go ahead and roll. Here we go. We have 2 4s. We'll keep those. Re-roll. Second roll. There we go. That's our third 4. Boom. Okay. Next round. Now we're going for 4s or 3s. So there we go. We've got 2 3s here. We're good. We don't have any pairs of 5s or 6s. There we go. That's our third 3. Boom. Okay. So now that Buster Gloves has hit his setup move and his finisher, now he can roll with 6 dice instead of 5. And that can be a blessing or a curse, because although you are more likely to roll a pair of 5s, you're just as likely to roll a pair of 6s now. So here we go. Third round. We need a 1, 2, or 3. Remember, we just need a 1, 2, or 3 to win here. Okay, so we got a 1 and a 3. Everything else we can re-roll. There's the 2. Boom. 1, 2, 3. So, Buster Gloves, 3 points. Retire that wrestler. Buster's out. Tommy Skyrider's back in with his next match. Now you see here now, boom, we're tied. 7-7. That means instead of drawing from the deck, they're going to go head-to-head again. It's going to be a standard match. This time, Tommy's going to go first. There we go. He hit 3 of a kind. He gets his token, passes the dice. Buster Gloves rolls. Okay, we got 2 4s. Nothing doing. There's the third 4. Okay, we put a token on Buster Gloves. Okay, next round, Tommy's now going for 3 Fs or 3 3s. So 3 4s or 3 3s. Here we go. Boom. 3 3. Nothing there. There's the third 3. So Tommy's looking good. At this point, Buster Gloves is behind. It would be better to draw a work card to try to get the immediate victory than to try to get ahead of his opponent to get the 1, 2, 3 finish. So let's see what happens. Okay, there's the 2 4s. And there's the third 4. So no such luck. Now Buster is going to hope that Tommy is going to roll a shoot card and maybe lose the match. So now that his finisher has been hit, Tommy can roll 4 rolls instead of 3. So in all likelihood here, Tommy's going to hit his 1, 2, 3 pretty easily. It's just a matter of whether or not he rolls any works or shoots in the process. And there it is, shoot card. So we're going to keep the 1 and hope that the shoot card doesn't cost him the match. It says you lose if there's a submission condition in the match. And there is. So even though Tommy was ahead, he lost the submission. He's going to lose 1. Buster Gloves gains 3 more. Tommy's out. Hands the dice to Buster, and Buster gets to take his turn. Okay. His NPC. Jimmy Shorts in a standard match. Okay, so at this point you might be thinking, wow, it's a real grind to get up to 20, especially in a multiplayer game. But there are a couple things to remember about the cards in these decks. There is a catch-up mechanic that's in this deck that says even if you have 1 point and your opponent's got 20, you can draw the right work card that's going to bring you all the way to the top. You know, this is something that you see in professional wrestling where some people just get a rocket push all the way to the top. And they may not have been as deserving. They might not have put in the work, but they still get that shot. For one reason or another, and that can happen in this game. You always have a chance to come back at the end. In that same respect, you might be just kicking ass, and then you draw a shoot card that says your career is over. Start over with a new wrestler, and it's a real crushing blow. So let's see what happens here. Even though Buster Gloves has taken the lead here. Who knows how things are going to play out. So we're going to pick up the pace a little bit more here. Okay, Buster's got his 2 1s. He's got a shoot card. Let's draw the shoot card. It says lose a push point. Not bad. I'll take that. Beats losing a match. Now we're going for our third 1. Nothing. Another one here. Nope, nothing there. Okay, so now Tommy Skyrider gets to roll the counter here. The counter says, put any 2 cards from the work card deck in the discard pile. So he gets 1 roll to hit that, and he actually hit it, 5, 5, 5. So just to save time here, we're going to put the top 2 cards from that work card deck in that discard pile. The first one says gain 2 push points. The second one says draw any card from the work card discard pile and play it. There we go. That's the card that we were talking about. Your ability to play cards from the discard pile. Okay, Buster Gloves, next round. He's going to try that 3 of a kind again. Okay, he's got 2 3s. Nothing. Nothing. Just can't make it happen. Another counter for Jimmy Shorts. And didn't work. Didn't happen. Okay, Buster. Here we go. 2 2 2. Boom. All right. Next round. Now we're going for finisher. Remember, we need 3s or 4s. And we've got a shoot card. Okay. His shoot card says draw a work card. And then if the match continues, draw another shoot card. So he's got to win here, or else he's probably going to lose. It says gain 2 push points. So nice. And then lose a push point. So not bad at all. He's back to where he started. Okay, so we're going to keep the 3s. This is the second roll. Nothing. And nothing. So what's nice about the counters that are being rolled is that even if it's not your turn, you still get a chance to participate by rolling these counters. Now this counter is not as devastating as some other ones are, and you'll see what I mean when we get some other opponents. Okay, no 3 of a kind. Okay, Buster's going for his finisher. There's the 2 4s. Boom. Need a third 4. 3 3 3, that'll do. All right, now Buster gets 6 dice because he's hit his finisher. Looking for a 1 2 3. We've got a 1, a 2. Keep those. Reroll these. There's the 3, and also a work card. So Buster's going to win no matter what. But he also gets a work card. So this could turn out to be very lucrative. It says your push points become the same as the player who has the most. So in this case, no help. But that's that catch-up mechanic that we were talking about. So Buster gets the 3 points. Hands the dice over and swaps out. Tommy Skyrider's in the match. Now, the NPC is Crispy Bacon in a standard match. Here we go. Well, nothing matches here. So what do we like? We're going to keep the 4s. And well, that is unlucky. So we got a 4, but we're going to draw a shoot. The player to your left decides if you win or lose the match. Well, Buster Glove says, sorry, Tommy, you lose this one. So you're going to lose 1 point. There we go. 1 star to the right. So Tommy's out. Just like that, his turn is over. Buster's back in. His opponent is Mickey Salads in a standard match. Oh boy, we got another shoot card, and we're going to keep the 1. Buster Gloves. Says you lose if there's a submission condition in the match. And there is. So Buster is going to lose 1. Buster's out. You can see that once you get rolling here, you can play through a lot of matches in a short amount of time. And that's what sets this game apart from some other wrestling games, is instead of worrying about move by move, this is really fast-paced, and you can simulate an entire career in a game instead of just one match. Okay, Tommy Skyrider against Maverick Sands in standard match. Surprise, surprise. Here we go. 3 of a kind. Well, we're going to keep the 2s, and we're going to draw a work card. Make your next roll whatever you want. Well, Tommy is going to take, on his next roll, 2 2s and another work card. Because why not? The alternative would be, he could have said, I'll take 2 work cards on my next turn. But in this case, we're going to take the marker, and we're going to draw the work card. It says gain 2 push points. There we go. Now we're going 3s or finishers. Oh boy, there's another shoot. You lose this match, retire your wrestler, and start over with a new one. Well, that is devastating. Sorry, Tommy, you are out. So the match is over. And Tommy starts over with a new gimmick. His new gimmick is he is Ghost Mountain. And Ghost Mountain is a powerhouse. And his finisher ability is that instead of pinning with a 1, 2, or 3, he can pin with a 10+ chance roll. That means if you add up the pips on your dice that have 1s, 2s, or 3s, if it's 10 or more, you can win that match. In a standard match, that's not very helpful. It's easy to roll 1, 2, or 3. But as you'll see in championship matches where you need to get a full house or 5 of a kind, being able to roll at 10+ is a huge advantage. So late game, that can be really helpful. Early game in these standard matches, not so much. So Ghost Mountain is going to be on deck in the next round. Maverick Sands is out. Buster Glove steps in. So Buster's got a 7-point lead here. Things are looking really good. The odds of him being retired are pretty good now that we've milled through that card. Okay. Joe King the Just Joe King. In a standard match. Here we go, Buster Gloves. Looking for a 3 of a kind. And, well, you got a straight here, but no 3 of a kinds, no cards. We'll keep the 4s. 1, 2, 3. And again, nothing. And this time, a work. Which says, counter the next card that says you lose. Hold this card until you use it. Well, that's a get out of jail free card right there. We're going to save that. So it says the next card that says, counter the next card that says you lose. So that could be any card. It could be a wrestler. It could be a card you draw. It could be a counter. It could be anything that causes you to lose. Okay. But before we move on, remember that was the third roll. And Ghost Mountain gets to roll his counter now. And it says 3 of a kind, gain 2 push points. There we go. Now that would be, that's going to help catch up. Here we go. 1 roll to get 3 of a kind. Boom. And no, close, but no cigar. Okay, Buster. Here we go. 3 of a kind. Got it. You got 3 6s. Not the 3 of a kind you want, but it's good enough for a token. And let's see the shoot card. The match is over. If it's a standard match, you neither win nor lose. Okay. All right, so Buster's out. Doesn't lose or gain any push points. Hands the dice over. Ghost Mountain is in. Against Germain Event. In a cage match. Okay, cage matches are a little bit different here. You have your 3 of a kind, and then you have your finisher. You can win with a 1, 2, or 3, or any 4 of a kind. Okay, so now there's 2 different ways you can win. It's actually easier to win this match. However, the stakes are a little bit higher. You get 4 points for a win. You lose 2 for a loss. So, in theory, this should be an easier match to win. It's easier to get over in a cage match. Everybody likes a good cage match. Okay, Ghost Mountain. Here we go. He's hitting his setup move, which is the Death Zone. We'll keep the 2s. There's a work card. Let's see here. You win this match. Boom. Here we go. That's 4 points. Okay, closing the distance now. Ghost Mountain is out. Cage match. Okay, Buster Gloves is in against Pork Chop Jackson in a standard match. Let's hit that 3 of a kind. Well, we got a work card. Gain 2 push points. Okay, now we're within 6. If we can get 6 points by the end of this turn, then we'll challenge for the World Championship with a chance to win the game in our next turn. So we want to find a way to get 6 more points here. We're going to keep the 4. Second roll. Well, we got our 3 of a kind, but we have to draw a shoot card. You lose if it's a standard match, and it is. Oh, that sucks. So he's down to 13. Oh, you know what? I take that back. We're going to play our card 2 count. So he's actually not going to lose this match. He's going to go on. So we got our 3 4s in our shoot card. So we got our chip. Okay, here we go. Now we're going for our finisher. And we got a 3 and we got another shoot card. Well, this could be bad. You lose if it's a standard match. Oh, got him again. So there's nothing to get him out this time. Okay. Ghost Mountain versus Walter Mellon in a standard match. Let's go here. You know what? And I don't think that we took the point off. No, we did. We did take the point off because we were at 14 and then we lost 1. Okay. Ghost Mountain. 2 1s and a work card. That's pretty good. Gain 2 more push points. Oh, we're getting close now. No. And a shoot. The player to your right decides if you win or lose. And the player to your right says, nope, sorry, Ghost Mountain, you lose. So you lose 1. You're out. Buster Gloves back in. Versus Richie Privilege. Here we go. This is our first secondary championship match. So this is worth 5 points. If Buster Gloves wins this, he will probably be close to 20 points. So 3 of a kind. Then your finisher. Then you need a full house. And then if he wins, he holds this card and plays it again next match. So here we go. This one is money. This has got to win this one. There we go. 3 3s. Next round. Here we go. There's our 2 3s. We need 1 more. Well, we got a work card. Counter the next card that says you lose. Okay. That'll help us out in case things go bad. All right, 3rd roll. No, didn't get it. Ghost Mountain gets to roll the counter. It says the counter is play 1 work card at the beginning of your next match. So if he rolls this 3 of a kind, he draws a card and then plays it at the beginning of the next match. And there it is. He's got it. We're going to hold this card. We'll keep it a secret until then. All right, Buster Gloves. Here we go. We're rolling for our finisher here. We got another work. Counter the next card that says you lose. Now he's got 2 chances. Okay, we're going to keep the 4. We got a shoot. That's not good. You lose if there's a pin condition. We're going to counter that with this card. All right, 3rd roll. Well, he didn't get his 3 of a kind, but he did get another work card. It says gain 2 more push points. There we go. All we got to do is win that match now, and we're going to be up to 20. So another counter here for the opponent, Richie Privilege. And did not get the 3 of a kind. All right, Buster. Let's hit that finisher. Nope, another shoot card. You lose if there's a pin condition. Let's counter that. Got to win this one. All right, that first roll, nothing usable. Second roll, we got it. We got the 3. threes, but we also got to shoot. And it says you lose if there's a pin condition. So he, for the third time, lost this one, and now there's nothing we can do about it. So he's going to lose 2 points. Championship match goes in the pile. Buster's out. Richie Privilege is out. Okay. Here we go. Here is Ghost Mountain with that secret card against Dollar Bill in a standard match. Okay, let's go ahead and play this card. And it says, counter the next card that says you lose. All right. Shoot card. Lose a push point. We'll keep the 4. All right. We're gonna swap it up. Go for 3s now. There it is. Got it. Now we're gonna go for our finisher. Let's keep the 3s. Work card and a 3. Make your next roll whatever you want. Well, at this point, let's go ahead and say we're going to pick these up, and the next roll is going to be 2 work cards. So let's see how this plays out. First one says your push points become the same as the player has the most. So that paid off. And the next one says gain 2 more push points. So just like that, Ghost Mountain is back up ahead. All right, third roll that round. Remember the second roll we took 4 5s. Okay, so didn't get it. No big deal. Buster Gloves is going to roll a counter. It says if you get 3 of a kind, active player draws a shoot. Didn't get it. Okay, Ghost Mountain going for 3 of a kind. Keep the 2s. Nothing doing. Nothing there. Buster's going to roll. Didn't get the 3 of a kind. Okay. So we're going for 3s or 4s here for Ghost Mountain. Here we go. We got 2 4s. And 2 3s. We could, we'd have a, 1 in 3 chance of rolling a 3 or 4 on one of our next 2 rolls. Let's go ahead and let's give that a try. So we got 2 rolls here to do this. Got it. Boom. Okay, now I need a 1, 2, 3 or a chance roll of 10. So we'll keep the 2. We'll draw a work. Gain 2 push points. So now all we got to do is win this match. And we are at 20. All right, so we keep the 2. We're looking for a 1 and a 3. Got it. So now we're up to 20. Boom. Ghost Mountain is out. Dollar Bill is out. Just going to do a quick shuffle here. And you'll find that most of these matches take between 30 and 45 minutes to play a game. It all depends on how things play out. What Buster Gloves wants to do here is he wants to catch up. Get to 20, so in this final match, it's going to be him against Ghost Mountain, and one of them is going to win. Buster Gloves versus Napalm Jones in, secondary championship match. That's exactly what he needed. So he's going to need 2 push points here and to win this match, and he'll tie up. Okay, so we'll keep the 3. We'll keep a 3. Got the 3 and a work. So here we go. We need 2 points here. Draw any card from the work card discard pile. Well, we're going to draw the one that says that push points become the same as the player with the most. So now we're at 20. So now Buster just has to get out of the match without losing. Now, if you ever get in a situation where it's hopeless to continue playing a match, you can just forfeit a match and lose the points. Or if you don't want to roll the counter for a wrestler, you can just decline to roll the counter. It's fine. Just to speed up the game, there's no problem there. If a match is taking too long, you can just do a chance roll to see who's supposed to be the winner. All right, Buster's looking to hit his finisher now. Well, he's got to work. And a 3. Gain 2 push points. Well, that's no help now. Nothing. Oh, and a shoot. Draw a work card. If the match continues, draw a shoot. Okay, let's see here. The work says counter the next card that says you lose. You lose if there's a submission condition in the match. So we'll just cancel those 2 cards out. All right, so Ghost Mountain gets to roll a counter now. Now he's got a devastating counter. It says 3 of a kind, retire the active wrestler at the end of the match. So worst case scenario here. And did not get it. Close. So this is clutch time for Buster. Here we go. We got nothing on the first roll. We got 2 4s and a shoot on the second roll. Lose a push point. Okay, that's not a big deal because you can still win the match. Third roll. Didn't get it. Counter. Oh, he got it. He got the counter. So Buster Gloves is going to be retired at the end of this match and drop back down to 5 push points, and going to be virtually impossible to catch back up. Here we go. Next round. Got the 3s. Got a work card. Says gain 2 push points. Doesn't matter. Didn't get it. Napalm Jones doesn't need to roll a counter because he's already going to be retired. 2 4s. A shoot card. You lose. Oh, so things were going really well, and then Buster just had a career-ending situation there, career-ending counter from Napalm Jones. So he's going to be retired here and come back with 5 points with Ghost Mountain in the World Championship match, and has a get out of jail free card, and only needs a 10 or less chance roll in order to pin. So normally for the World Championship you need to roll a 5 of a kind, which is not easy to do, but for Ghost Mountain it should be pretty easy because all he's got to get is a couple 3s and a couple 2s, and that'll do it. So maybe we won't need a shoot card. Okay, so Maverick Sands versus Ghost Mountain for the championship. And let's see how it goes. Here we go. We've got 2 2s. There's the third 2. All right, now we're going for the finisher. We've got 2 4s. There's the third one. All right, now we're going for the finisher. Remember, 5 of a kind or a 10 plus. I forgot this goes down to 5. So there we go. We've got a 3, and we've got a work card. So the work card could win it here. And it says your push points become the same as the player has the most. This is the card that Buster Gloves, the next wrestler that Buster Gloves becomes would have needed this to be right back in the game. But now it's buried, so things not looking good. So there's the 3. There's 2 2s. Okay, now we're up to 7. If we roll a 3 or a 1 and a 2 or a pair of 2s, then it's over. And didn't get it. We got a 1. So that's a total of 8. Not going to cut it. So Buster Gloves gets to roll. Whoa, look at this. The counter is roll 3 of a kind, join the match. Well, that would be huge for Buster Gloves because he would join the match. It becomes a 3-way match, and then everybody's got a chance to win this thing. So he's not done yet. He's not done. And 1, 1, 1. He got it. Son of a gun. So Buster Gloves has now become Jimmy Shorts and is in the match. Okay, so how does a 3-way match work? Well, it's elimination style. Once you win, you get to pick your opponent that loses the match. So Buster Gloves, now he's still pretty far behind here. Ghost Mountain's already got 2 progress tokens. So Buster's got, Jimmy Shorts has 2 3s. Nothing there. Really, a work card would win it for him. That's what he needs. Didn't get it. So now Ghost Mountain would roll for Maverick Sands counter or would roll for Ghost Mountain's counter. And he's going to choose to roll for Ghost Mountain's counter. It says 3 of a kind, decide who wins the match. Here we go. It's another way to win this thing. Didn't get it. All right, so Jimmy Shorts missed it. Ghost Mountain back up. Okay, that's pretty good. That's, how many is it? 8? So it just needs 2 more. Nope, didn't get it. Got it. So that's the 10 plus. We're going to go ahead and we're going to say Maverick Sands has been eliminated from the match. So now it's just down to these 2 guys. These 2 guys. Somebody's going to win this thing. Jimmy Shorts is up first. He's got his 2 1s. He needs a 3rd one. Nope. Nope, didn't get it. Ghost Mountain is going to roll this counter. 3 of a kind says he decides who wins. And 6, 6. Nope, didn't get it. All right, Ghost Mountain's back up now. He's got a 3 and a 2. We'll keep those. Because remember, we need a 10 or better. And that'll do it. Boom. 2, 2, 1. Ghost Mountain eliminates Jimmy Shorts. Becomes the new world championship, or the world champion of This Is Awesome. Still has that get out of jail free card there. In case he were to lose the match, he'd still be in it. And in just about 45 minutes, Ghost Mountain, who originally was somebody else, came back in as a new gimmick and fought his way up to the top. Got the world championship shot and made the best of it. So you can see this is what you can expect from a typical game. It goes back and forth. You could be behind. You could get a card to get you back in it. You could be all the way up front, and then you could get, your career could be ended just like that. You can catch up. You can get knocked down. You've got extra, aces up your sleeve. There's some strategy there. There's luck in the dice. We've got some fun wrestlers here. There's a lot going on, and hopefully each game is a little bit different. If you're a fan of wrestling, you can appreciate the twists and turns that come along with it. If you're a pure strategist, this game's going to be frustrating for you because there's a lot left up to fate here. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Hopefully you enjoy the game. If you've got any comments for what you'd like to see in future editions of the game, leave a comment down below. Thanks, and keep on fighting forever because this is awesome.